Hi everybody, this is Annalisa with Journey to the Goddess, where I regenerate ancient feminine wisdom for modern women. Today I am in sunny Ojai, California with Kris Oster. Hi Kris.
Hello there.
Kris and I are going to talk about I'm going to call her kind of controversial figure of Lilith. I think she's very popular for many women, but she's also misunderstood. She's a misunderstood figure in some ways. She's been demonized and villainized, but also seen as an empowering figure for many women today, many of the modern women. So my first question for you is simply, who is Lilith, and who is Lilith as she's come to us today?
Let's go back to the original sin mythology. Before Adam and Eve, there was Adam and Lilith. Lilith was Adam's first wife, and we get a lot of her mythology from early Judaism. Lilith wanted to be on top sexually. And she also did not want to be subservient to Adam. And so eventually they got into a fight, something happened, she flew away. She flew out of the Garden of Eden. She's like, this is a bunch of BS. I'm not taking this anymore.
I'm out here.
And she flies away. So often Lilith is shown as an owl or like just a woman with big wings. And she obviously was at one point this beautiful creature, magical creature living in paradise. All of a sudden now she's a demon who devours children. She is now shown as ugly. You know, we can kind of make some parallels to Medusa too, because Medusa was the most beautiful woman in the world, and she gets changed into the ugliest woman in the world. So Lilith, to me and to so many women, represents this very uncompromising space of, well, if it's your way or the highway, I'm taking the highway. So a modern day Lilith would be Maleficent, and I'm wearing my Maleficent ring. Yeah, see?
Yeah.
This is my grandmother's ring. It's onyx.
Beautiful.
And it's like my power ring. It's like we were talking about things that make us feel powerful and beautiful. And this ring, hands down, if I'm like feeling really awful about myself or insecure or anything, it's like I put this on. And it reminds me of Maleficent. And Maleficent was my favorite character in childhood. And that's like that whole plunge segment that we did. Maleficent and Lilith. So for those of you that have seen the more modern storytelling about Maleficent, there's 2 films now about her. She is this very powerful fae living in peace in the forest, in the fairy forest, and becomes the villain and the hero of her own story. So to me, Lilith is this whole woman who embraces all aspects of herself. It's not just the light. She's also angry. She gets revenge, and she protects. She protects the child Aurora, and at the same time curses her. So she's so much about this radical self-acceptance and uncompromising integrity of, this is who I am and I can't be any other way.
Yeah.
And some people might think that's a bad thing. I mean, there's obviously tempering of that, but are we tempering ourselves too much as women? Are we really watering down our desires to please other people? Lilith is definitely not a people pleaser. So she's like my favorite therapist for women entrepreneurs.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like men kind of already have that. They already know that they have permission. And it's not like women in general ask too much for permission, but there's a denial, a self-denial that happens with women. Who gives us permission? Nobody. We have to give ourselves permission. And so adopting this goddess has been very transformative for a lot of women and how they approach aspects of their business. Because she's very sensual and sexual. She's a very sexual goddess.
Yes, yes.
So like when we look at astrology, where the asteroid Lilith is in your chart has to do with where you are the most sexually oriented. So, you know, there's all the different Lilith signs, but she represents also the shadow. So sex, shadow, power, all of that really tie in with Lilith. And when we call on her and call her in, we have a sense of our own power and agency, I think. Yes.
So what are some of the ways that women can invoke Lilith or engage with Lilith?
One of the ways I do it is with my ring, or maybe it's even dark red lipstick. I work with a lot of tantric goddesses, and it's a little different with how I work with them. But I literally will close my eyes and visualize myself with like sometimes giant black wings. And then that's why, I think if you're interested in Lilith at all, definitely watch the Maleficent films. Know that particular archetype of Lilith, you can invite her in and just say to yourself, I have permission to take up space. I mean, it's so revolutionary, but so like basic. This woman's sovereignty, I mean, that's all
Great
around
word.
this Lilith archetype, and why I've always loved Maleficent, and just feel so much like that. Like, how many times has someone clipped your wings? You walk in, you're feeling confident. Oh, that dress looks kind of ew, or yeah, you're just like, you seem like you're just so into yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many like destructive, mean ways that even other women, it's not just men doing this to women, it's other women doing this to women. And I think Lilith really cuts to the chase and is like, no bullshit. Here I am. This is how I'm going to express. I just find that when people don't accept me in that place now, yes, the little girl inside is triggered, like, oh, they don't like me. And it's like, oh, well, that's okay. Because the people that are meant to be my people are going to find me and like me.
Yeah.
As I am. And so the Lilith in us gives us that permission to just radiate. It comes back to that sovereignty, that sense of, I have every right to take up this space.
Yes.
And I'm here. There's a Latin word, I think it's called ad sum. I do a lot of work also with the Akashic Records, and one of the things they tell you is when you're not present because you're in fear, or there's somebody, giving you static because, that happens all the time in life. I just close my eyes and say ad sum means I am here, I've arrived. And it's just ad sum. Boom, everything just like kind of lines up and it calls back your power.
Wow.
So Lilith is the same way. It could just be like you close your eyes, you're like, feel your wings, feel your crown, feel your power, and it's, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm here. It makes you totally, you could see the difference physically.
Yeah, and in the space again. I could feel it in the space, yeah.
So the archetypes are such a powerful way to really just embody an energy.
Yeah.
And they can help us. So I think Lilith is really helpful for women in business. I just love being able to tell people about these things,
Yes. I do know.
Yeah.
I know. And it's such a treat for me to have incredibly insightful women who are out there just living their authentic life, who are really working with archetypes and can help women illuminate the path of how archetypes can be a powerful way for women to step fully into their authentic selves.
We love that.
Yes, yes.
Do it.
And thank you, Lilith. Thank you, Lilith. If you liked today's video, I encourage you to like it, to make a comment, and to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you're curious about more ways that you can get involved with Journey to the Goddess or support Journey to the Goddess, then I invite you to head on over to my Patreon page, or Matreon, however you want to think about it.
I like Matreon.
I know.
That's so cute.
I wish I could change the name to Matreon.
Oh my God. There's a business idea.
There's
a business idea. Yes. Somebody create Matreon, please.
Please.
We'll be the first to join.
Yes, we'll be your first customers. So head on over to the Patreon page and you can find out all about membership, how you can be eligible for cool goddess products, and behind the scenes footage. There's plenty of deleted scenes from those interviews that you can view there. And I really appreciate your support, however that comes out. So thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Ciao.
Thank you. Bye.